3,000 words. That's all you need to understand 95% of English. In this series, my goal is to teach you those 3,000 words, making you officially fluent in English. This is episode 2, where we will learn words 101 through 200. You can find all episodes in my 3,000 words playlist here on my channel. If you already know what to do, feel free to skip ahead to the lesson. But if it's your first time here, let me explain how it works. Follow along with the video as we make sentences using the words. The meaning of the words will be clear from context. You can watch this video as you study, as you take a walk, as you relax, or even as you fall asleep at night. Try to copy my accent and my way of speaking. Shadow me, in other words. And if one of the words is difficult for you, write it down in the comment section to save it for later. If you keep supporting my work, I will keep giving you new videos. In my last video, I asked for 1,000 likes and you guys made it happen. In this video, let's do it again. With 1,000 likes, I will make episode 3. So click the like button, let me know in the comments where you are watching from, and let's dive in. Just listen and repeat. All right, let's go. He grabbed a snack before leaving for school in a rush. Wonderful. Can you write your full address clearly on this envelope? Her voice was so amazing, it made everyone stop and listen. We talked about our weekend plans over lunch at the cafe. Awesome. Look at the stars shining above the tall trees in the forest. He ran across the road without looking. The action movie had lots of fast action scenes. The sunset looked especially beautiful from the top of the hill. Awesome. Brush your teeth before you go to sleep every night to keep them healthy. From the beginning, she knew the road trip would be a long one without music. Look for my coat behind the door. I think it's hanging there. The baby cried until her mother picked her up gently. Wonderful. We stopped at a small cafe to rest and grab a drink. Okay. She baked a delicious chocolate cake for his birthday party. These shoes were so cheap, I bought 2 pairs. I ate a piece of chocolate after dinner. Okay. There are 30 desks in our classroom. It's quite crowded. The wall clock ran out of batteries and stopped working during the night. My computer crashed during the meeting and I lost my notes. What does it mean if your computer crashes? Maybe the screen freezes. Maybe the screen goes blue. Maybe the computer turns off and restarts. Basically, it suddenly stops working. This book has a very funny main character. I can't stop reading. Wonderful. That cliff is very dangerous to climb without ropes. Use lots of caution. Use lots of caution, so be very careful. His daughter started kindergarten this year. She's growing up so fast. Okay. She met her best friend during summer camp and they became inseparable. Awesome. What does inseparable mean? We usually use inseparable to describe two people and their friendship, right? If two people are really, really good friends, they spend all of their time together, they love hanging out, we can say they are inseparable. In other words, you cannot separate them, you cannot pull them apart. Sales will decline if we don't fix the product. We need to improve it. We need to improve it. We need to make it better. The number of visitors started to decrease after the rain began. Okay. He deliberately dropped his phone in the water. What a crazy thing to do. Great. After losing her job, she felt deeply depressed and could not get off the couch. Lying is not ethical, even if no one finds out. Yeah, if something is not ethical or unethical, it just means it's not the right thing to do. Maybe you're a bad person if you do it. Lying, stealing, cheating, these things are unethical. His performance was extraordinary and everyone clapped. Okay. She studied all night for the final examination, cramming like crazy. Cramming just means studying a lot before an examination or an exam, a big test, right? Okay. Drinking water is effective for reducing headaches. Subscribing to my YouTube channel is effective for improving your English. Loud thunder can frighten dogs easily. Water continued to flow down the street after the storm. Great. She works in finance and helps people with their budgets. A budget is like how much money you have to work with, how much you have to spend. Maybe there's a big project, right? And you need to remember the budget for that project so you don't accidentally overspend or spend too much. The incredible finding surprised all the scientists at the lab. Finding, just another way to say discovery. Okay. Remote jobs require a flexible schedule. What is flexible? If a job requires you or needs you to have a flexible schedule, that means maybe sometimes you will be working in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes in the evening. You need to be flexible. You need to be able to change. The weather changed gradually from sunny to rainy. The police caught the gang near the train station. Awesome. Gang, like a group of criminals, a group of people who break the law. My favorite subject in school is history. I especially love learning about ancient Rome. They went on holiday to Spain last summer. I was so jelly. Yeah, jelly, a very spoken English kind of slang word. It's a silly way or a fun way of saying jealous. He had to stay in the hospital after the motorcycle accident. I'm very interested in learning new languages. I study for hours every day. Mm. The chef uses the internet to find creative new recipes. The school has an international student program. You can meet students from all over. This word international, super useful word. For example, I used to live in Shanghai in China, which is a very international city. You can meet Russians, you can meet French people, Italian people, German people, people from all over the world. Let's get to know one another with a quick introduction. Tell us a little about yourself. Awesome. One note here, one another. One another. We use one another when we're talking about more than two people, like three, four, five. Okay. Each other we use for two people. So just remember that. They listened to live jazz at the club all evening. Okay. The journalist asked many questions at the event, trying to find out the truth. We are now halfway through today's lesson. You are doing great. Don't give up. Now is a great time to take 1 second and support me if you haven't done that yet. Just click like on the video, maybe leave me a comment letting me know what you did today, and maybe even become a channel member so you can get PDFs, bonus videos, early access to videos, and my English book club. All right, back to the video. Don't jump on the couch. It's old and might break. Her knowledge of space is very impressive. She can tell you all about black holes. Okay, they didn't answer the door. Can you knock one more time to see if they're home? Sorry, I'll call you back later. I'm a bit busy now. Pay attention to the pronunciation of this word. Busy, busy. Moving on, a strong leader knows how to listen as well as speak. They decided to marry after 5 years of dating. Awesome. This clinic offers free medical checkups. I'm willing to change my mind when I learn new things. The game was mostly fun, but the instructions were difficult to understand. We climbed up the narrow mountain path, feeling rather anxious. Yeah, some paths that you walk on are wide. Others are narrow or thin or skinny. And a narrow mountain path sounds dangerous, right? It would definitely make you feel rather anxious or a little bit worried. The cat leaped onto the table with grace and ease. Let's organize the bookshelf by color, not by title. The kids are playing outside in the garden. Her latest painting is now in a gallery. She must be very proud of herself. Great. Yeah, a gallery, like an art gallery, a place where you can go to see lots of art pieces. In this case, lots of different paintings. Okay, moving on. Please write one more paragraph about the topic. His business partner handled the meeting. Great. If you handle something, then you take care of it. You sort it. You deal with it. Don't forget to bring your passport to the airport. People waited in line for hours to buy the tickets. He plays the piano every morning. He's getting very good. I ordered a baked potato with cheese and butter. Yum. We need to prepare for the exam next week. Let's get to work. They ran quickly to catch the bus, which had already left. Okay. She enjoys reading before bed each night. It's a great habit. Mm. The result of the test was better than expected. In other words, the result or the outcome of the test exceeded their expectations. It was way better than they thought it was going to be. A long river cuts through the valley. I try to run in the park every morning to maintain my health. Yeah, maintain your health just means stay healthy. I packed a ham sandwich for lunch. Want a bite? Yeah, want a bite? Want a bite? Sort of a shorter way of saying, do you want a bite? Want a bite? Okay, moving on. This situation is getting out of hand. I don't know what to do about it. Yeah, this situation, this thing that's happening, getting out of hand. In other words, getting out of control. In other words, getting hard to manage. Okay. I hate shopping on crowded weekends. Almost done, guys. Keep going. Smoking is not allowed in this area. We went skiing during winter break. It was a social event for all employees to get better acquainted. To get better acquainted. In other words, to get to know one another better. Maybe a lot of these employees, they work together, but they're not very familiar. They don't know each other that well. Well, that's the point of this event, to help them get better acquainted, right? Okay? We must solve this puzzle together. The soldier returned home safely from the war. She's hiding somewhere in the building. Let's find her. This soup doesn't taste as good as before. What changed? New technology makes life way easier. Yeah, like computers, phones, tablets make life easier, more convenient. They set up the tent by themselves. Right, so they didn't need any help. I didn't mean to throw the ball at you. Sorry. He made sure to tie his shoes tight before running the marathon. Walk towards that tree. You will see the library on your left. Awesome, guys. Unfortunately, we missed the last train and have to wait another hour. Every student wore the school uniform. They all looked identical. Identical means exactly alike. Sometimes, for example, you hear about identical twins. Twins, maybe two brothers, two sisters, a brother and a sister. They're twins, so they were born at the same time. But not only that, they're identical twins. They look exactly the same, okay? Her loud voice echoed through the hall. Echo, echo, echo. We climbed the hill for a better view of the park. Yeah, here at the top of the hill, they've got a better view. They can see everything better. My shoes got super wet in the pouring rain. The pouring rain. It's pouring down, raining a lot. Okay? This book is really popular. It is widely read around the world. She is willing to help anytime. All you need to do is ask. The only witness who saw the crime pointed to the thief. A witness, somebody who saw a crime take place. They saw something bad happen. He had a serious wound on his leg. It looks gnarly. Love this word here, gnarly. We can use this to describe, if you have a wound, right? If you're hurt, we can say, ooh, that looks gnarly. That looks nasty. That looks painful. Okay? It felt wrong to lie about it. I won't do it again. Only two more, guys. Come on, let's finish this strong. She hasn't arrived yet. Just wait a few more minutes. This zone is under construction. Please drive carefully. Yeah, so this zone, this special area is under construction. We could also say it's a construction zone. If you made it all the way through this video, take your hand, give yourself a pat on the back. You are doing incredible, my friend. But don't stop now. I'm going to put another one of my videos up on the screen. Go click on it and I'll meet you there. Come on, let's go.